Long ago, in a small, busy village near Big Hills, there came a tourist named Mr. Bobo. Mr. Bobo was a big, round man with a shiny, happy face. He wore gold chains, a nice hat, and carried a fancy bag on his back. Everyone in the village stared at him because he looked so rich and different. Mr. Bobo loved food, and as he stopped to buy roasted bananas, a group of bad men, the village robbers, watched him closely. They whispered to each other, "That man has so much gold and money. Let's take it from him tonight." But Mr. Bobo was no fool. He saw them looking at him and had an idea. He smiled to himself and thought, "If they want to rob me, I'll teach them a lesson." That night, as Mr. Bobo walked on a quiet road back to his camp, the robbers jumped out from behind the bushes. Their leader, a tall man with a broken tooth, shouted, "Stop right there, fat man. Give us your gold and money, or you'll be sorry." Mr. Bobo acted calm, though his heart was beating fast. He slowly took off his bag and said, "Oh no, my gold? You mean this?" He opened the bag a little and let them see some shiny coins inside. The robbers' eyes grew big with greed. "Yes, give it to us now," they shouted. But Mr. Bobo smiled and said, "This is just a little money for buying food. My real treasure is hidden in the hills. If you follow me, I'll show you where it is." The robbers whispered to each other. They were too greedy to say no. "All right," their leader said, "show us the treasure." Mr. Bobo led them through thorny bushes and up a steep hill. The robbers were getting tired, but Mr. Bobo kept walking, his bag bouncing on his back. Finally, they reached a dark cave. "The treasure is inside," Mr. Bobo whispered, "but it's not easy to get. There are traps and wild animals guarding it." "We're not afraid," the robbers said and rushed inside. But here's the trick. Mr. Bobo knew the cave wasn't filled with treasure. It was filled with bats, lots and lots of bats. As soon as the robbers went in, Mr. Bobo clapped his hands and shouted, "Treasure time!" The bats woke up and flew everywhere, screeching loudly. The robbers screamed, "Ah, what is this?" and ran out of the cave as fast as they could, tripping over each other. Mr. Bobo laughed and picked up the gold coins and things the robbers dropped as they ran. Then he walked back to the village with a big smile on his face. The villagers couldn't believe it when they saw him. "Mr. Bobo, you're back, and with more treasure," they said. From that day on, Mr. Bobo became a hero in the village. The robbers never bothered him or anyone else again. Thank you for listening to the story of Mr. Bobo and how he outsmarted the robbers. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to tell us in the comments what lesson you learned from Mr. Bobo's clever escape. And hey, if you want to hear more exciting stories like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss a new tale. See you in the next story.